See, everybody got their opinions. Everybody got opinions on those opinions. Then it's opinions on those opinions on those opinions. It's a cycle when y'all ain't ready for my opinion.
Champion. So right now, Battle Rap News, Udubb Networks, Arsonal the Rebel versus Loaded Lux. It was held in Newark, New Jersey. Alpha and Omega. Sensei versus Mr. Miyagi, and you know, that whole ordeal. Now, honestly, the battle was kind of long. It was a lot of bars in the battle. There was a lot going on in the battle. A lot of personals consistently throughout the battle.
That's a fact.
And overall, I thought it was a great battle for what it was. I thought more people would have been into the battle, because going into the battle, a lot of people were on the fence of, oh, I don't know how this would be. Would this be a classic? Would this not be a classic? So it was a lot of, questions in the air about that. But overall, I thought it was a great battle. Jay, what did you think?
Champion. I think Arsonal versus Loaded Lux will stand the test of time. I mean, if you've been here since 2009, 2008, when you've seen Loaded Lux standing there while Arsonal is rapping, you've seen Tech 9 and Arsonal in front of Loaded Lux, you kind of get the history, so you kind of want that backstory. I felt like Arsonal did a lot of that. And to me, I'm going to deem it here, depending on, I know a lot of you new guys don't pay attention to the, the overall gist of it, but it's a classic.
Yes,
I watched this thing 4 times, and I didn't fall asleep. I stayed up with it. I was able to jot down a lot of the bars, dissect it. I think this battle is very dope. Check out how you feel.
Classic battle, like you just said. This is definitely Easy Pass Expressway, classic county, all day. I'm definitely stopping the microwave for this battle. This is a microwave stopper. Like you said, everything was there. You had the backstory. You had the thing between Arsonal and Loaded Lux, how Loaded Lux feels like he brought Arsonal in. Arsonal branching off. Loaded Lux started his league, and then his league went, kind of like faded off, and then Arsonal started his league, and he's like, now what? It's almost like The Apprentice. You schooling him, and then next he becomes this big star, or this he owns his own business. Arsonal's owning his own business. Arsonal's paying Lux. Arsonal talked about how I went from basically working for you, now you working for me. That whole thing was there, and then Lux comes in with the Mr. Miyagi. He has a whole Chinese kung fu outfit on. That battle is a classic. I love it. I love the battle. I loved it. Vlad, how do you feel about the battle?
Let's get the chop in this fable.
Okay.
All new Tupac's and we fable.
Oh, okay.
Starbucks, coffee, Timberlands, moccasins, bagels. I beg you. Man, listen, first of all, we forgot a key ingredient that they did have there, and that was champion. Let's not forget.
We were there, but
we have to rewind, find there's more to find. I get it. This battle happened a little minute ago, but let's not forget. Very good battle, rap grid, perfect, real good pay-per-view, and overall, I think this is one of the battles, the ramifications that were in it are really conducive to the culture, because you got to think, when you think of classics and you think of battles that should happen, this is one of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the fact that it happened, and obviously, Loaded Lux comes in, Bruce Leroy costume, the flying dragons, Komodo dragons, and he had all of the lights.
He came with
the
everything.
Fangirls,
like,
the lights, the cameras, everything was there. And when the battle actually happened, they put on. Like you said, like Kiki said, the rounds were long. Loaded Lux first was longer than the last 10 minutes of work, but I'm not mad at that because it was worth it.
Yes, it was.
And I'm going to let my brother Tech 9 cook the dogs.
Lux comes out, he said, I'm not like Moses. Moses makes it, because if it ain't red, I can still split a sea apart. When the snake don't turn stick with the staffers. What's a stature to a rapture? A ratchet nigga getting fixed, it's a fracture. He's talking to him.
You see how he sound? You see how he sound when he says that? Like,
he said, being everything sensei don't make you no master.
Go!
Master.
The gods.
Look how random the crew is.
Just go. Just go.
And be truant. He used to be truant, driving the bus with the students.
I'm feeling it again.
All this Hollywood chicken, you getting back to the hood looking like you can't dance to the music.
He his Lux back right now.
Go.
Roscoe Jenkins too good for the family reunion. Hand down, man down. there goes that man.
Who said he was left off champion? Go!
Oh man, he said you didn't even thank me on Father's Day. Showing my work to your friends, you didn't have to sneak me into career day. You know, Arsenal, you know that ain't your project. You know your dad did the project. You ain't got to sneak him in there, huh?
Man,
Huh?
go.
He said Kung Fu Kitty not looking all because I came to cook my dog, basically saying I ain't dressed up for this Kung Fu Kitty.
For nothing.
Y'all wonder why I got this
dog.
Kung Fu Kitty look? No, because I came here to cook my dog. That was fire. He had a above the rim, the birdie road runner going stop heat, meet me. I got the drop and I'm going loony with it. That was fire. He said, look what happened when you trying to line your connect up and the Wi-Fi still buffering. That was fire.
Go.
He said, this is battery. I got a socket to him on his own outlet. Now let me plug you in. Oh my, it was so much there. He said, bars, every time you hear him, he said, bars, every time I hear yours, they be off. Ars. Come on.
Be off. Ars.
Oh my God.
Are we talking bars?
Or ours.
Come on.
We
just
talking
go.
bars right now. Keep going.
I mean, we can keep going all day. Lux first round was fire. One of the best first rounds I've ever seen in battle rap.
Yo, it really
And I've been in the
was.
sport since it started, basically.
No. The best first round we've seen in battle rap. You said if you lost first shotgun shoot, you wouldn't battle for a year. You know, let's not do that today. But we're gonna go there. Let's not. But it's up there.
This
It's
one of
part.
the top
It's
first
in,
rounds
It's
ever.
in there. It's in there.
This was fire.
Lux was going off.
But my man Arsonal, he comes back and
Jersey.
he's coming out swinging and he's talking heavy.
Talk to us, Tech.
He's talking heavy. He said, you sitting on my stage preaching the same stuff. Man, he said, Andy Pettit couldn't teach you to change up. Basically talking about Lux. You the one that said that line and you preaching and you doing and he
doing the same.
said the same stuff to him. He had a Trayvon Dot in that same gray hoodie. That was fire. Lux with the gray hoodie.
That was disrespectful.
He said some of your opponents keep you in check because of your mate. That was fire. Watch your career take off, go through the clouds and crash. I told you about them window seats. Arsonal was talking heavy. He said out here calling your son handsome. He don't even. Out here calling someone your son and he don't even got your last name.
Oh, I thought that was crazy.
Arsonal was very
ridiculous.
disrespectful, and I'm getting into the handsome line, basically saying he talked about how Lux calling people handsome, and that's kind of gay. Arsenal, but that whole son thing, the whole baby mama angle, and the baby mama is doing it to Lola Lux B12, Lola Lux homie. He was hurting him in that first round. He said he was talking, and then he starts talking about how much he did for the Lions Den, how he was the star of the Lions Den. You know, me and Arsonal set the Lions Den on fire. We made it the Lions Den. The line was all the way 2 blocks down the street before Smack was booking venues.
Go!
You know, the line
dirty.
was 2 blocks down the street.
You had the floor.
It's yours.
Then he said you was lying. Then the truth can't save you. He went into hoop and baby. The truth can't save. We could do the whole thing. Then he said I ain't put my arm down after I shoot Annihilate and after the 3 ball. That was fire. Very aggressive round for Arsonal. Very personal. If you were there in the building, he got everybody behind him with that 3rd round. It seemed like he got Lux emotional. Lux started talking throughout Arsonal's rounds.
Yeah.
It seemed like some of the stuff was true because we know in battle rap.
Some of it is true. He confirmed it on Queen Slip Radio.
So in battle rap, people tend to make up stuff, but it seemed like Arsonal was hitting home because Lux looked like he was getting emotional, baby. Get emotional.
I heard.
So we gonna call this round. Who do you have in round 1? What are we talking?
That
Come on,
round
Jay
one
Black.
was crazy.
I have Loaded Lux.
Okay.
The big mistake that you made, Arsonal, and you kept, if you watch the footage, I didn't do it yet. If you watch the footage, you kept looking down at the clock like Ray Swag. Y'all let Loaded Lux go for a good 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10, 11 minutes. Straight.
Like,
and then you read off all those bars, but then he heated up even more towards the end when he flipped Arsenal's the conscience, the consequence.
That was crazy.
Non-operative. I'm out.
Yeah, that was.
You let him get in his bag. You're the owner. You paying this
To me,
man.
it would be more of a debate if
Cut him off.
he has an entire 5 minutes on yours.
Yes. Crazy.
And it was all 10 minutes of fire.
Like,
too.
right.
It wasn't like no filler.
So we all clear round
Yeah.
1. Lux?
I appreciate, in the trailer, Arsonal says, I know all these secrets about Loaded Lux that you don't know. And the whole V12, baby mom, so I'm like, okay, you're taking it there. He continues, but go ahead. I got Lux round 1.
Lux.
Beloved.
Okay. So we all in agreement. Lux wins round 1. Round
Clear.
2. Lux come out. You selling the script, but when a dead man talking is usually tells from the crypt. That was a dope bar. He said keep it on the stove like the oven door. I thought that was fire. He had a card scheme that was fire. He said I said that's a law, a lie. That was how he could still get to church with the Quran. I thought that was dope. This league ain't nothing but a drop of ink off my blueprint. Basically saying, you know, you copying the Lions Den. I showed you the blueprint. There ain't nothing but an ink off the blueprint. You ain't even close to what the Lions Den was. Loaded Lux is talking heavy. He said, I kinged you in the shop. I took surf from a pawn. That got sugar shot. Oh, you ain't red? He did the whole Jersey. He did the whole Jersey. Everybody. He talked about everybody from Jersey. Then he said, first of all, nigga, you was just in the mix getting tape. He ain't have a clue. He ain't have a clue I was making this sport look fabulous putting Jersey on. That whole and I'm not saying it the way Luck said it, but that whole Jersey angle, and then he said you was just in the mix getting tape. We all know that Fabulous was on DJ Clue, all the DJ Clue mixtapes. He said you didn't even have a clue. I was making the sport look fabulous, putting Jersey on. That whole angle was fire. That probably was the highlight of that second round. He had a key foundation, Make a Wish. Yeah, Daddy going down like a shaky pimp, and they raised the rent. That was dope. He had an American Idol Clay dough when they ate dough. That was fire. He had a ask him if he think it's a mistake when I show him the fate and accident. When I show him his fate and accident, that was hot. Fire round from Lux. I don't think it was better than his first, but I think it was fire.
Not enough.
Yeah, it was quality. You know, it was quality, but it didn't have the quantity.
Going right into Arsonal.
It was quality, but it didn't have the quantity of the first round. I mean, you know, he had some good stuff in there, but when you come off of that first round, see, the way I look at, like, especially classics is that I'm looking at the build-up and whether it's going to keep going. I can't see a first round that's a 10 and then the next one even being an 8.5 or an 8 3/4. So it was kind of like he didn't step it up in the second, but it was still fire. It was a lot of good material, but I got, let's keep it moving.
Beloved. Oh, man.
Break it down, Jared.
I'll talk to you for a second, man. First of all, I feel like this entire battle, even though you had your good, strong moments, I feel like you was playing a little bit. Didn't you seem like a little too buddy with ours?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like he really got like personal or too.
And his demeanor too. Look at him versus Clips. Look at him versus Calico.
It was different.
Look at him versus Hollow.
He was in his bag.
It was more aggressive type. Not even your movement, but his approach. Everything he's saying. Really trying to fix somebody.
The man just paid him $30,000.
I'm gonna take it like.
I'm making. What you just paid? I mean, with that you're right. You're right. You shut my whole thing down.
So
you're right. You shut my whole thing down. Go ahead. You're right.
Arsonal second.
Arsonal comes out. You should have came dressed as a vampire. We all know you're afraid of daylight. You ain't gonna be happy till a nigga like Kanan decide to chill with your son. That was fire.
Crazy.
He said the 3 shots of pillin', 3 shots up in the ceiling. I thought that was dope. He had a 4-4 John still nigga line. I reached for the iron, then clap it. Y'all gonna see an Arsonal spit with a Tech 9 in front of Lux is gonna remind you of that Lions Den classic. Talk to him. Talk to him, Arsonal. Go. Talk to him. I was there. I was there. I spilled the popcorn. I was there. Talk to him. Because he don't know what's going on. Remind him how soon he forgets. Remind him now. Then he said, shoot with one arm down and a chin up like the violin tactic. Now wait. People try to compare this to the Hitman. Cut across the set violin. 2 separate bars.
No,
2 totally different bars.
Yeah.
Arsonal's talking about shooting someone, and Hitman Holler's cutting a baby across the chest.
I'm talking about 2010 and 2017 too.
Not the same.
Fire. He said they asked Ars, why you keep rapping about guns? And he looked at Lux and said, you the one that put the Tech 9 in front of me in the first place.
Oh, you was feeling that. I know he's go.
He was talking heavy. He said even if I lose, I could be breaking even or still taking a loss. As long as I get a fans what they desire, that's what makes me the boss. What we doing here?
What are we doing?
I'm not debating the second round, Tech.
What are we doing here?
I'm not debating the second round, Tech.
Huh? Automatic spit so quick. If I remix it, I gotta put pun on it. Headshot. Doctor be telling your mom that you clearly lost to a hollow this time. Ain't nothing to do with it.
This second round.
Go. Headshot. The doctor be telling you clearly lost to a hollow this time. I can just imagine the doctor walking with Mama Lux. Gotta give you the bad news.
He lost.
He lost to a hollow this time.
Oh.
Flat lined.
I gave the second round clear to Arsonal, and I felt like towards the end when he got to the Bernard Hopkins punch, he was rapping better than Lux. Yeah, your whole point of this battle is supposed to out-rap. You said be off Ars bars, and he was doing that better than you in the second round. Gotta be honest
That
here.
Bernard Hopkins line was fire too. I almost.
Ars,
pay attention.
second round. What do you think about it?
Clear.
Oh, I'm not debating this.
Like
round.
clear with like 5 E's in the middle. Clear.
I'm not debating this round, Ty.
Okay, we all in agreement?
All in agreement.
agreement.
Here we go.
Let's move on
Here
to
we
the
go.
third.
The third round.
Third round, Lux, Lux, he's moving around and he's trying to get his composure together. He said, y'all go out, now y'all go out there and vote for him. This class and the style, y'all be approaching him, now, don't get discouraged, y'all still go out there and vote for him. He had a trick line. I wasn't too happy about that because that angle was getting kind of old. I was surprised he even used that. He also had bus driver lines. Now,
yeah.
Surprisingly.
This is what I want to say here. Lux knows better.
Right.
Lux is a premier writer. He's the GOAT, one of the GOATs. If not the GOAT.
2016, I ranked him #1 pen in battle rap.
So he knows better. You can't use the trick angle.
Not in
You can't use the
2017,
bus
no.
driver angle either.
Your looks, you have better bars.
And I let him get away with it in the first round. But then when it carried on into the third round, I was like, come on. But still, he said, rather house party back on. They were skipping through the tables while Chill Bilal Bump was getting a scratch on. He did a house party scheme. I thought that was real dope.
I like that bar.
He said, stop toying with learning. Don't play school with Fisher Price. Fire. You cannot play. You cannot go to college and play around. You can't toy with learning.
No, you can't.
You be paying them student loans forever.
I failed the class.
I think we all experienced that.
Yep.
2,000 in my own pocket.
Ooh, that hurts.
God.
It hurt when it
Never
coming out of
forget. I learned the lesson though.
It's making me, Laura's getting me agitated.
Yeah. I never failed another class again. I failed one. It was my first semester of my first year. I said, oh man, I'm here, I'm cool.
It happened to me in my sophomore year.
That bill came in the mail, I had to pay. Oh man. They said you think you're better than what you are. I was like,
they tapped my pockets
Random.
for real.
oh, they got me.
Aggressive.
Random.
Give me that. If you want to graduate.
Yeah, they got me. Where we at?
He had a dread alien to the skill set that was fire, and then he had a Lions Den designer glitch. He just had so many like setups to get to that part. That was fire. He said, "You ain't nothing but a Lions Den designer glitch." Whew. He's talking to him. He had a spaghetti meatballs. That's what pastas. That's what being imposters get. Being imposter. I'm getting it all the way. I see it. Fire round from Lux. I don't know if you guys can pick out any more lines, but it was a fire line. It was really good round from Lux. I want to say.
I'm just here for the debate. Go ahead.
I want to say this. I want to say.
I'm here for the mic.
I want to see if you're going to stop the microwave.
I want to say.
That's all I'm here for.
I want to say this, and I felt like, far as the first 2 rounds were really, really good.
Yeah.
Like really good, and I felt like the third round, both of them took off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like
Thank you.
I felt like their third. But I feel like they could have closed the door for battle of the year with a fire third round. Like we wouldn't even be debating this. We all be saying Arsonal versus Loaded Lux is the battle of the year if they finish that third round like the first and the second.
Mm-hmm.
So jumping into Arsonal's third round. Arsonal comes out. Let me see here. Arsonal comes out. He had the understand me line where he said he was going to be understand and he was going to shoot Lux while he's standing over top of him. Arsonal starts talking about Mook, shotgun, all of that. That was pretty dope. He talked about losing weight off the rock. I seen your pop going from Professor Clump to Buddy Love. He's talking about how Loaded Lux dad is on drugs. Once again, Arsonal getting really personal.
All the secrets that he promised.
Really personal. He said, so what, I got a cop in my squad. What I'm supposed to feel funny? If you don't got a cop on your team, you ain't never made no real money.
That was hard. He said that. Bro, L out.
Shout out to El Wisdom.
That
Shout out
was
to El Wisdom.
mean. That was mean. I was punching the screen after he said that. That was fire. And of course the El Wisdom, he really ain't a cop. He's just Martin off Blue Street. That was fire. Gave enough money to feed the whole, he said, I gave you enough money to feed the whole Africa. That was dope. He had an angle about his son and how he's paying for his son's school clothes. Really cool. At the end, like I said, fire battle. Fire, classic battle. But like I said, they both took off in the third round. They both took it easy, laid back, and just pretty much just...
All right, just the end of the battle. Let's just wrap it up. That's what
It's like who wanted it more.
That's exactly what they were doing.
like we know Arsonal and we know Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux is supposed to be the 3rd round killer. I got something big for you. Loaded Lux versus
What's
Charlie
his
Clips.
plan?
Paperwork being thrown. Loaded Lux
Pops
versus
ain't no
Calico.
gangster.
Come on, you lost, and then Loaded Lux versus Hollow, a crazy 3rd. Where was that 3rd round here? But the thing about that, I nitpick on both sides. The same thing with Arsonal. You had a chance to really close this man out.
Yes, he could.
And toward the second half of your round, there was little stumbles, little
Yes,
slight.
yes,
You
it
didn't
was.
mention that, Tech.
Yeah,
you didn't
it was,
mention
yeah.
and little stumbles here and there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
it
you
was.
go after the league owners.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you want to win battle rap or do you want to win this battle? But then again, I gotta contradict myself because this is your last battle. You're going to make his last statements. But in terms of judging and to win the battle,
You want to go out
gotta
with a
be
bang.
fair.
So
I
if
gotta be
you're
fair.
whether this is your last battle or not, in your battle in Loaded Lux, you're saying you should have went out with a bang.
Why does it seem like everybody that talks to Smack, they just start fumbling their words? I don't know if it's the
So
beer.
just not talk to Smack when you're battling.
It's battle rap God. That's the battle rap God.
cool dude. That's what.
Soon as Arsonal looked at Smack, he was like, yeah, Smack. I'm like,
Battle rap God sprinkles that song.
fairy
on
dust.
your fairy
You
dust.
know, he started talking about organic, but I feel like the only person that could talk to Smack is DNA. He said, Smack, you thought I was going to lose? Get him the fuck out. Yeah.
But y'all
Smack,
don't
get
do
out of here. DNA's the only one that can talk to Smack during battles because that line was fire. But like you said, he started to stumble after that. And he was,
You start stumbling, then the
Yeah.
other league owners is to me, and then it's that close. On top of that, the fact that none of them try to take the 3rd round definitively, and then I have to do the nitpicking on both sides. I'm very slightly in favor of Loaded Lux.
Yeah, me too.
I don't leave it as debatable. In the building, I had
Really
Ars
slight.
winning.
I had Ars winning in the building as well.
I did too.
I had him
So
winning.
who has luck? I mean, you got who you
On
got?
Cam, I got Lux.
I got
Lux winning first.
got Lux with a slight edge, but you know, my opinion changes every time. Like I've watched this battle like 5 times, and every time I say, "Oh, I got Ars." Oh no, matter of fact, I got Lux. Oh well, wait a minute, I got
Certain
Ars.
things you're
Because
just
the third, because of the 3rd round dropping of the ball, fumbling of the ball, as you would say, they both dropped the ball in the 3rd round.
It's highly
still-
debatable.
Yeah,
It's highly
it's
debatable.
It's a good round, but like I said, in the building, I had
Ars.
Arsonal winning because I felt like Arsonal had more impact in the building. You know, we
This is
got
true.
regular Lux.
For the
This is
advantage.
true.
He's the king of Jersey. Let's be honest here.
Outside of Lux's first round, because if Lux comes with 3 first rounds, this is a
That would've
closeout.
been
This is it. There's nothing to
crazy.
talk about. But outside of Lux first round, I feel like we got standard Lux. You know, not especially in the 3rd round. Standard Lux. You know, talking. You know,
Like you said, this
stuff.
wasn't the Calico. This wasn't the Hollow Lux by far.
But I mean, I have Lux with a slight edge right now. Now you ask me tomorrow, I might change the Arsonal, but I got Lux 2-1 with a slight edge.
I got Lux 2-1. And again, and that's not to take away from discredit Arsonal. I felt like again on a technicality on the minor slip ups. The minor slip up is then you rearranging your round. The same critique I gave you for the Tay-Rock battle you had. You know, you started doing some other things, and it's on a technicality. But overall, the battle, I thought Arsonal
was a
did
nice
phenomenal.
battle.
He did phenomenal. A great way to close out. I'm not mad at he doesn't want to battle again because this was perfect in that sense.
When Arsonal started to rap in that 2nd round, because he started to rap, he won the 2nd round.
Exactly.
Then Arsonal came back in the 3rd round and got personal again.
But it's and on top of that, it's the same person.
It's the same person.
Stretch from the first round.
So it felt like it was just dragged
It was
out.
dragged out. Like when you watch it on camera, like it hit home in the 1st round. It's like, wow,
Yeah,
we didn't know this stuff
Because
about Loaded Lux.
because the angle goes from something solid on paper, and then when you do it again, it just turns to vapor. Because I'm seeing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not as solid
That was
as it
low-key a
was.
bar.
You know.
That was low-key a bar.
It's
From
you know,
paper to vapor.
Paper to vapor. That's how it goes.
It's almost like exaggeration. You heard it already, and then you hear it again, and you're just
dragging
dragging
it
it
out.
out,
It takes the
exaggerating
fun
the story. You know,
I
so.
think he should have saved all the secrets because clearly
For
you
the
can-
3rd round?
For the 3rd round, clearly because of the 2nd round, you can rap with this guy. Rap with him. You ain't need to be all that disrespectful to the 3rd. And it been that much. I'm like, oh, this is what we gotta find out about Lux. We know about Lux for real.
It would have had a greater impact.
But overall,
basically.
fire battle, man. Like
Classic.
Again, we're not
Classic.
taking anything away from the battle. It was a great battle.
I think this is the only battle I've watched like 5 times. Like I've watched this battle like 5 times.
Me too.
So I don't think I don't know no battle this year that I've watched 5 times. Maybe 2, maybe 3, but yeah.
It has one of those feels. It has 2 of our
Truly
favorite
good.
guys in there from 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Growing up watching these guys, I was a kid kind of.
I was in
watching
high
this.
school, like I
You
was
know
like
what I
in
mean?
8th grade or something.
Arsenal's way skinny when he battled you. His entire makeup and look looks way different. So I love it. I love it.
Great battle.
Champion.
Champion.
I be there, mama. They know who I am, mama. Still your little boy. Tell them I'm the man, mama. Smile a bit. I shook a couple hands, mama. I'm getting there. I made a couple